station stopped?
You're crazy with the E. Credit's no good for a notion salesman.
What is wrong with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else. Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the noggins and the piggins and the firkins.
Cash for the hogshead, caskin, demijohn. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the flypaper.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
What do you get?
What do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bigger, you can talk. You can bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk all you want about a shipment that it was.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I ain't got no territory.
It's the Model T Ford made the trouble that the people want to go. Want to get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 22, 23 miles to the county seat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who's going to patronize an itty-bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What do you talk? What do you talk? Where do you get it?
At the Monty at all, take a gander at the store, at the Mudridge store, at the present day store, the present day Mudridge departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
Where do you get it?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
You can talk, you can bigger, you can bigger, you can talk. You can talk, 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 bigger, bigger, bigger. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, man, you got no territory.
Once the Unita biscuit made the trouble, Unita put the crackers in a package, in an airtight sanitary package. Made the Cracker Barrel obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the mail pouch, cut plug drawn by the stove. Changed the approach of the traveling salesman, made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't, man, you got no territory.
What's the time? Gone. Gone with the hogshead, cast and demijohn. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk pan. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tears.
Ever met a fella by the name of Hill?
No!
Just a minute.
Never heard any salesman, Hill. No, he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory? What's the fellow's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete. Or the Unita biscuit in a sanitary package. Or the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bing beat bell ringing big hall neck. Get go, neck or nothing, rip roaring every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill. Harold Hill. Tell us what's his line. What's his line?
He's a freak and he doesn't know territory.
Look, what do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? He's a music man.
He's a what? He's a what?
He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town, and the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass, and the piccolo uniforms too, with a shiny gold braid on the coat and the big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks perhaps, and here and there a Jew's heart.
No, the fella sells bands, boys' bands. I don't know how he does it, but he dallies and he gathers and he plucks and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But he doesn't know the territory. All right. If you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You know Harold Hill?
Never saw him in my life, but I know this much. He's given every one of us a black eye. After he's worked one town over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rode after the city limits on a rail. You think that's funny? Well, I'll show you what's funny. After that, your hair never grows back.
But why'd he get rode out of town on a rail?
Because in order to sell band instruments and instruction books and even uniforms, the man has the guarantee to teach them kids how to play.
What's wrong with that?
And to form them kids into a band with himself as the leader. Now you may think there's nothing wrong with that, but let me tell you this much. He can't tell one note from another. He can't tell a bass drum from a pipe organ.
I'd sure like to be there when you meet up with that fella.
Well, won't be here. Not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't try to sell neckbone Hawkeyes out here.
Well, gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Don't believe I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it.
Provided you are contrary.
Good morning, Martian.
Good morning, Martian. It is if you want to go around your drawers all day.
And there I was, Madison Hospital. Barris never came to see me. Harvard never came to see me. Harvard's dead. He wouldn't have come anyway. Cold as a falling thermometer in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so fine on summer we can stand touching roses for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirts and all that to go with it. If your coat should happen tonight.
Oh, well, the heck. You're welcome. Glad to have you with us, even though we may not ever mention it again.
You really ought to give Iowa, Iowa, to Duke, Du Bois, Davenport, Marshalltown, Mason City, Keokuk, Ames, Fillmore. Ought to give Iowa a try.
Mr. Squires, yes? I'd like to hire a rig for Sunday, if you could accommodate me.
Well, then I suppose you have to talk to the fellers in charge of hiring rigs, who is late as usual.
Gregory? Marcellus? Huh, you old son of a gun.
Stop.
But Greg,
It's not Greg. It's Professor Hill. Harold Hill.
but Greg, what you doing here? Why'd you let me know you was coming?
I didn't know I was coming myself. Besides, how was I supposed to know you'd end up in an old tank town like this? You're a pretty big slicker back when you were in the business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you were. Besides, I got me a nice comfortable girl here. Ethel Toppermeyer, boss's niece.
Gone legitimate. Knew you were no good.
So what's the new pitch? Oh, you're not back in the band business. I heard you was in steam automobiles.
I was.
And what happened?
They actually invented them.
Oh no.
Anyways, give me the lowdown here, Marsh.
You're not gonna get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Iowans. And besides, we got a stuck-up music teacher here who'll expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's the librarian. Female.
Perfect, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. When she comes by, point her out for me, will ya?
I will. So how are you gonna start the pitch?
Same old way, keep the music teacher off balance, and get this town out of the terrible trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Well, then I gotta create some. You know, I gotta create a desperate need for a boys band here in River City. What's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Except The billiards parlor just put in a new pool table.
They didn't have one before?
No, only billiards.
You know what? That might just do. Thanks, Mars. Oh, and remember, piano teacher.
Piano teacher.
Excuse me, sir. Either you are closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table here in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here in River City, right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say. I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with the cue in my hand are golden. Help to cultivate horse sense, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try and give an ironclad leap to yourself from a three-railed billiard shot? But just as I say it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a ball-fly game, I say that any boob can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that sloth. The first big step down the depths to dagger day. I say first, medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. Then the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pitch black suit. Listen, some big out-of-town Jasper, here to tell them all about horse race gambling. Not a wholesome trotting race, no, but a race where they sit down right off the horse. Like to see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on Dan Patrick, making blood boil? Well, I should say. Friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering. I say your young man will be frittering. Fritter away there. Noon time, chore time, supper time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind. Get the dandelions cold with a screen door patch and the beefsteak pounded. Never mind, pumping water till your parents are caught with an empty cistern on a Saturday night. And that's trouble. That's lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the kids in the knickerbocker shirt, tell young ones peeking in the pool hall window after school, and that's trouble. Folks, right here in River City, with a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Now, I know you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what conversation goes on while they loaf around that hall? They'll be trying out B, trying out Q, trying out tailor-made like cigarette and bragging all about coming up to telltale breath with sensei. One fine night, they leave the pool hall, headed to the dance at the armory. Libertine men and scarlet women with ragtime. Shameless music will grab your son and your daughter with the arms of the jungle, animal instinct, and hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Right here in River City, right here in River City. With a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. That stands for pool. We surely got trouble. We surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here. We gotta find a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Our children's gonna have trouble. Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. When your boy leaves the home, does he read Uncle's knickerbocker below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? Is there a dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Is he memorizing jokes from Captain Billy's Wednesday? Are certain words creeping into his conversations? Words like swag and soldier old man. If so, you got trouble. Right here in River City. The capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. That stands for pool. We surely got trouble. We surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here. Remember the main Plymouth Rock and the Golden Rule. Our children's gonna have trouble. Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. The game with the 50 number calls is the devil's school. Oh yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh yes, we got trouble. Here we got big, big trouble. With the T. The capital T. And with P. That rhymes with P. That stands for pool. That stands for pool. drop your...
No.
Didn't I meet you over in...
Nope.
Listen, I'll only be in town a short while, and...
Good.
That's you, daughter.
Yes, Mama. Practice your exercises here. I'll be down in a minute. That's fine, dear. Now your exercises.
I don't remember the library being open last 4th of July.
It was, Mama. All evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me around all over town.
Oh, who?
I don't know. I've never seen him before.
Did he say anything?
No, he tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. Don't dwell, Amaryllis. So Dolores, sing me a little slower. Please keep the fingers curved and nice as wide as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
But if you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
Oh, what?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the massive of library is entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't like concern that the lazy River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should they take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all the other highfalutin Greeks.
Now, Mama, if you don't mind me saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
The suitcase. Maybe your very last chance.
Mama, do you think that I'm a level called a masher? No, really, Mama. I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind me saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Pat, and Noah Webster you concocted for yourself, and your Irish imagination, your Iowa stubbornness, and your library full of books.
Well, that isn't the best I've ever heard. Thank you.
Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a drink, please? Yes, dear.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that any way to go into a house?
Hello.
Oh, that won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from you, boy. And the lady over there is your sister.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where are your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I'd especially like it if you come. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, the young lady invited her to your party. Are you going or not?
No.
No, what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
I'll bet he won't say Amaryllis because of the S. Because of the S. Because of his lips. He's ashamed.
We knew all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it. No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis!
Amaryllis! He's crying. so mad at people just because he lisps?
It's not only because he lisps, dear. That's just part of it.
What's the other part?
Well, it's just that he doesn't talk very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. You have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he never talks to me, but I do him. Every night I say goodnight to him on the evening star. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, dear. Don't cry. If not with Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never! I'll have an old maid like you! Sorry, Miss Marion. Can I play my crossword piece?
May I play mine?
May I play my crossword piece?
You may.
See, with my sweetheart, you've no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know I'm realist, but for the time being, just say goodnight, my someone. And when the right someone comes along, you can put the name in.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now, can you play your crosshand piece?
Now I may play my crossword piece.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining, it's bright as light. For good night, my love, for good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from hearts to hearts. When lovers are parted, they say. But I must depend on a wish and a star, for as long as my heart doesn't know who you are. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone. Good night. Good night. Good night.
The white banners may cheer and me tremble, when borne by the red, white, and blue. When borne by the red, white, and blue. When borne by the red, white, and blue. The white banners may cheer and me tremble, when borne by the red, white, and blue.
I'm sure we're all grateful to my wife, Elaine McKechnie Shin, for leading the singing, and to Ethel Topham, our fine piano player. Yeah. As mayor of River City, I'd like to welcome River citizens to the 4th of July exercises set for the indoors here in Madison Gymnasium. I count the weather. 4 and 7. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. Oh, the members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some dispute over costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Watani girls of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will now present a spectacle, My Wife, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a lead part. Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young ruffian who's a disgrace to our city. 407 years ago, the Pays fireworks spectacle, the last days of Pompeii, will take place, provided the rain stops by 9:30. We'll be over to the massive picnic park in the far meadow across the creek from the pest house.
What's he talking about rain for? Ain't your Gazette prepared? That's why we all prepared for a storm.
My Gazette's accurate most of the time. You know that,
Right.
Jason. I'd like to see how far you'd make it in the banking business. Being accurate most of the time.
That's enough.
It's twice
That's order
a
here.
minute.
Order.
Oh, yeah,
Order.
yeah. Number 8's running late tonight.
I make her early. She's late, all right.
She's right on time. What's the matter with your watch?
Me and member of the
You
school board
make some more
something.
green. Buy your watch from his store. All in the world I was saying?
Never mind. 407 years
There's
ago.
a pool table in town. That's what I heard.
Just a minute.
Is there a pool table or isn't there?
Will you let me get on with the exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get the pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children!
Citizen interruption.
Spike the two and keep our kids pure!
Friends, may I have your attention, please? Your attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, friends, for waiting for my hand, this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize a River City's boys band. Oh, think, my friends, how can a pool table ever hope to compete with the glitter of a gold trombone? And remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous Nameless walls of Jericho. Oh, the billiard pole walls come tumbling down. Oh yes, I say a band will do it. Oh yes, I say a boys band. You hear me? I say River City needs a boys band, and I think she needs it today. While Professor Harold Hill's on hand, River City's gonna have her boys band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Willie, Johnny, Toddy, Fred, and you'll see the glittering of crashing cymbals, hear the thundering of rolling drums, and the shimmer of trumpets. Ra-da-da! And you feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town the same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, while 110 cornets right behind. They're followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones on the morning sun, while 110 cornets blazed the way. There were more than 1,000 roos singing out like weeds. There were more of every chicken kind. There were Casperad and Tiffany's and Muslims, thundering, thundering, louder than the moon. There were double euphoniums and big bassoons. Bassoon, having its big fat face. There were 50,000 cannon in the armory, thundering, thundering, louder than before. There were clarinets of exercise, some runners who improvise a full octave volume in the score.
emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I haven't seen Iowa people get this excited since night. The freight gosh. And Strangler Lewis lay on the mat for 3.5 hours without moving a muscle.
I lost so much money that night.
Never mind. I want his credentials. Grab that hoodlum! He almost pulled this shit!
Thank you, Professor. Gotta make an example of this one. What he does, the gang does.
Gee, Clyde, let me go.
You wild kid, ya? Hang around my oldest girl. His father's one of those day laborers south of town. You wild kid, ya? He's tagging down me chef for my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you contradict me!
We were just walking together. Gee, Clyde.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you're doing. My little Gracie's seen ya. And you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rest. Gil, I'll see you Monday morning about this band thing. City Hall, 10 o'clock, sharp. Man, I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Yes, sir. Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough. He's got his gang waiting for him outside.
I'll be careful. Now, Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band. Oh, gee, Professor, that's for the little kids. Not saying you're playing in it. You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever do any work with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it a couple times.
You did? Well, you're just my guy. Do you know that no one has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? There's nowhere to hold the music.
Keep it quiet. I wonder where I can get some wire.
Check your parents' attic. That's where folks keep their wire. Oh, and Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Excuse me. You, young miss. What's your name?
Zanita, I didn't know you were seconding to me. Yes.
Zanita, do you know Tommy here?
Well,
Tommy, meet Zanita. Please escort her home.
Only accepting I'm not going home. I'm going to the library.
yes.
All right then, escort her home by way of the library. By way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Professor, you're a pretty bright young fella, but you did make a couple of mistakes.
Oh, and what would those be?
Mayor Shin happens to own that billiard parlor and that new pool table.
And what would my second one be?
That Zanitas, that's the mayor's oldest girl.
Hold on there, Professor Hill. We're the school board, and we need your credentials.
Academic certificate. Nothing of the kind.
Letters and papers.
I'll make him put up a bond.
Hold on.
No.
What's this I'm hearing? Let's see here. Say, ice cream.
Ice cream. But look, I don't
Well,
sing
don't-
or anything like that.
Well, then just say it. Down here. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
All right, now hold it out longer.
Ice cream.
See, singing is only prolonged talking. Now you.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Please, from now on, you'll never see one of these men without the other.
Professor, you are wrong. They have hated each other for 15 years.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Let's go practice at the ice cream parlor. Yeah. Ice cream. Sure.
I don't suppose you live alone or anything.
No.
I have some wonderful caramels over at the hotel.
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what place did they give you a degree for knowing women on the street like a Saturday night rally at the public dance hall?
I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana. Gold medal class, 5'5".
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily hoodwinked or as impressed as some of the other people in this town. I think it's only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in which I may find some very interesting information about you.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Mars, don't call me Greg.
Boy, did you cut a swath tonight. For a minute there, even I thought you knew something about leading a band.
Yeah!
Just like when you imitated that band concert fellow back in Joplin.
That was kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days. You just keep an eye on me these next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? But it used to only take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
It still does. It takes 4 weeks for the uniforms to arrive.
Oh no, Greg. You haven't added uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for any 4 weeks.
Listen, Mars.
But you don't know one note from another.
Mars, I have come up with a revolutionary new idea called the Think System. You don't bother with any notes.
But in 4 weeks, the people want to hear music. You have to lead a band.
But in 4 weeks, when the uniforms arrive, they'll forget everything. At least long enough for me to collect and leave. Oh, this is a refined operation. I got it timed right down to the last wave of the brakeman's arm on the last train out of town. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Washburn.
Gonna line yourself up for a little canoodling, huh?
Well, why?
Say, I can set you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl. Teaches Sunday school.
No wide-eyed, eager, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of girl spins webs no spider ever. Now listen, boy. A girl who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will refers to marching down the aisle. No wide-eyed, blushing, breathless babe, oh baby. No sir, that kind of guy's not no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No to the young maid who keeps resisting. All the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No sir, for she's a fisherman on the fishing sea. I flinch, I shy, when the lass with the delicate hair walks by, and I smile, and I grin, when the lady with the touch of sin walks in. I hope, and I pray, for Hester to win just one more. Hey, the sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
Oh, Professor Hill, we are agog, simply agog. On the qui vive.
We're all so excited about the band. I'm Ethel Toppelmeyer, Hill Girl.
And this is Mrs. Squires and Mrs. Hicks. And of course, you know Mrs. Eulalie McKechnie Shin, the mayor's wife. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I could not say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure, but naturally, I'm reticent. Oh yes, I'm reticent.
Why, certainly, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my plans for the music include a committee on the dance and... Hold on, do that again. What you did with your foot just now.
There? Well, I have a bunion, but...
What grace! What rhythm! What show of line and movement!
Mr. Hill?
Mrs. Shin, you just have to accept the position of chairman for the ladies' committee on the classic dance. Mustn't you, ladies?
Oh, yes! Eulalie McKechnie Shin? Dancing? Well,
Does this mean you say yes? Please say yes.
Yes, indeed. And I would
Thank you very much. Now, about the librarian, Marion Peru, I believe. Why, she is a pianist, after all.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little.
Her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books.
Chaucer! Balzac!
Exactly. And the worst thing is, I shouldn't tell you this, but...
I'll tell. The man with the maestri, let me tell.
Stop! I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who didn't have a friend in this town until she came along. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison, as in Madison Gymnasium.
Yes.
Madison Picnic Park. Madison Hospital? That Miser Madison.
Yes.
Exactly. Who do you think he was, anyway?
Well, I should say. Gave the town this library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, we left the library building to the city.
And all the books to her.
She was seen coming and going from his place.
Oh yes, that woman made brazen overtures. Pick a little talk with a heritage here on the lot. Pick a little. She had a golden clipper in her eye and a silver voice with a counterfeit ring.
Held her down and you'll reveal a bump of lead as cold as steel. Here, where a woman's heart should be.
Pick a little talk, pick a little, pick a little talk, pick a little.
Library building by
credentials.
Pick a little, talk a little,
Of course, I have right over at the hotel.
Pick a little, talk a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 cheep. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, cheep, 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 talk a lot, pick a little. We're going to leave you now. Farewell, lady. Farewell, lady.
It's alright. I know everything and it doesn't make a difference.
What are you talking about?
You're probably young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
Listen, no apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town for a while and a sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
I have
Well, what do you want to take out?
the librarian.
Quiet, please.
You're not listening. Marbles, 6 steelies, 8 ackies, a dozen peewees, and a giant glass with the American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do? My dear, to make it clear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us, the library caught on fire, and the foster hose were demon, and the whistle of things to What can I do, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumble and I busted my whatchamacallit, I can lie here on the floor unnoticed till my body has learned to carry. Madam Librarian. But in the moonlight, when I'm singing, his song, the moonlight, helping along. I try here to make it clear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause. I know in a civilized world exists some unforgivable sin, and he's talking out loud with any librarian. Such a man, Madam Librarian. And he's talking out loud with any librarian, such as me. But he asked me and he sees a nice marshmallow. Well, that was a pretty good morning. 11 cells out of 12 tries. I'll tell you what. It's almost afternoon. How about you go home and get ready for supper? I'll try a couple on my own. Bye, Professor. Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
I've been around a few times, but always just seem to miss you. Hold on. Let me see your hand.
What?
That spread of your pinky finger. That's hereditary.
It is. What does that mean?
It means your son is perfectly adapted to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Well, if you think that America finally producing an artist that can bugle the minuet waltz in 30 seconds is good, then yeah, I'd say it's good.
Well, how can I get one of those horns?
Just sign right here. That'll be $17. That'll be $17.
Just think I could have missed this whole... I haven't got any, son! You were on strike list by night. You on fight list. Be to City Hall with your papers at 3 o'clock.
In the morning or in the afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I'm not sure I understand you, Professor.
What I'm saying is if your son has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George! Well, he could be real great, I hope you understand.
Oh, really? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, all the greatest cornet players were Irish. Oh, Stott, oh, Freeman, oh, Robinson.
Well, Professor, we are Irish.
No, really. Well, that cinches it. Your son was born to play the cornet. Now just be $7, earn his money. Why, thank you. Now, about his uniform.
His uniform? Wow!
Why, of course, his uniform. And not a penny due till they arrive. That gives him 4 weeks to imagine, 4 weeks to play, and 4 weeks to plan. Like I like to say, never put off the wants and desires of tomorrow for the demands of today.
Will it have
Oh, a stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A big golden stripe running right down the leg. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. But if you could get him to march in the band, you'll have to say Michael's own way with ya. Oh, but anyone could do it. I bet you can. In a crowd, I'd pick you out for a hard-carrying, clay-pipe-smoking, minstrel-singing, harp-playing, shamrock-wearing Irishman. Be gabbing me jabbers! Where did you say you were from?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it! Where'd you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, she was my alma mater.
What's she now?
Gary, Indiana. Gold medal class of '05.
Oh.
How to do, Miss Peru?
How's it do, Mr. Hill?
Peru, I thought the name sounded familiar. You know, I've been over a couple times since the other
he wants
night.
to put Winthrop in the band.
Mama, we're not interested.
Oh, but Marion, he could have your father's musical gifts. He does have my strong jaw, you know.
Your father musical, well, certainly I'd love to have a talk with him.
Do you burst into everyone's homes like this? Prying in their personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let's let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father's dead. Anything else?
I'm sorry, but that's all the more reason for your brother to have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who doesn't know why his father was taken away from him. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years now. As for your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold paint watches and glass diamond rings?
Well, musical tricks, I never... Okay. I think she likes the idea. Sure, a bit cautious perhaps, but I like that in a woman. You just keep an eye on me these next 4 weeks.
About the boy's measurements. I make all his clothes. So, sleeve 21, waist 18, crouch 14.
Thank you.
And I hope you do forgive Marion. She isn't usually so...
Well, it's alright. I know that deep down she's just as kind as you are.
Oh.
Now I must be heading to the hotel then.
Is he gone?
He is. But I hope not forever. Darling, it's time you start thinking about your future. I mean, Gary, Indiana, conservatory class about 5? Oh, now, darling, it just sounds marvelous.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man who comes into town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right. But it's a well-known principle that if you keep your flint in one drawer and your steel in another, you're never going to light much of a fire.
Now, Mama, Winthrop, I know you're there. Winthrop, will you please go to the library and ask Miss Scruggs for a copy of the State Indiana Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with gold corners. Do I have to? No. I've written it all down for you, so you don't have to say anything. Thank you, dear.
Now, what are you up to? What do you need in a book this hour of the night?
I was thinking the Indiana Journal could help me poke some larger holes in the professor's claims.
Oh, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I don't expect Luther Gerner to back me to the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
He does.
Yes, or Ed Gamage with that removable back seat in his buggy. But I'm not waiting for my knight in shining white armor either. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say if it only knew how. Please, dear Venus, show me no. All I want is a plain man. All I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward and honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, let me walk with him where the others ride by. Walk and love him till I die, till I
Anita.
Tommy! Shh! Papa and Mama are right there. Yes.
Then meet me after supper.
I can't. It's Upward League night. Detour.
The footbridge.
See? Isn't this just what I was saying? Last time the lumber yard and this time the footbridge. And where next? The black hole of Calcutta? Yes.
I only wanted to show you my invention.
What invention?
A music stand for the marching piccolo player. Still has a couple minor flaws, you see. Cuts off circulation to your hand and you can't wiggle your fingers. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa!
First thing I said or not?
Oh, yes, it is, George.
Yes, the very first thing I said, I'll hay with the horse. Get that spellbinder's credentials, I said, morning of July the 4th, 1912. Now look, my wife is off dancing at any and all hours instead of in the home.
But, George,
The members of the school board are sitting up straight and down alley instead of attending to city matters. Well, this girl is really around with some wild kid, and my business has fallen so far off, I can't even find the balance sheet.
Emerson, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
Who's who?
His university?
Oh, I already know all about that. Gary Conservatory, class of Op 5.
Yes, I'm sure. But you'll see, if you just read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you have to look much further. It's on page...
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is just coming up from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon?
A likely story this time of day? Nonsense. The Wells Fargo wagon? The band instrument?
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday.
In March I got a gray Mackinac.
And once I got some grapefruit from Tampa.
Montgomery Ward sent me a bathtub and a cross-cut saw.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. A prepaid surprise for COD. It could be carving or kitchen or a double boiler or a cookie. Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be. Something very, very special now. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish he was coming for.
I got some standing from Seattle last September.
And I expect a new rocking chair.
I hope I get my Ravens from Fresno.
And the DAR has sent a cannon for the courthouse square.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down. I don't know how I can ever wait to see. It could be something for someone who needs no relation, but it could be something special just for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon, don't you dare to make us wrong until you stop. It's the band instrument.
There you go, Winthrop.
Thank you, Professor. Sister, isn't this the most scrumptious saw of gold thing you ever saw? I never think I'd ever see anything as scrumptious as a saw of gold thing. Sister. Aww. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right. You will each receive individual instruction in due course. But in the meanwhile, keep off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and remember to think the minuet in G. La di da di da di da di da.
La di da, la di da.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. I bet hear some bygone tooting out those horns in pretty short order, or I'll have you in front of a grand jury at the county seat. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George. Tempest Puget.
Watch your phraseology. Go on if you want to. I need to get something from the librarian. Miss Marion.
Ladies dance committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.
Let's have a go at our Grecian urns. 1 Grecian urn. Take the body with you. Lovely, lovely. 2 Grecian urns. Oh, lovely. And let's have a go at a fountain. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. Oh, beautiful. And remember, ladies, don't make me say it again. Keep your face towards the audience. Beautiful. Ladies, I predict that our Delsart display will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable.
Please, kids. Mrs. Schimmel held my head.
Mr. Washburn, may I remind you that we are entitled to 5 more minutes?
If you think you can stop him, go ahead. So, kids, what will it be? A woman who kisses on the very first date is usually a husky, but a woman who kisses on the second time out is anything but bossy. But a woman who waits till the third time around, right in the clouds, feet on the ground. She's the girl he's glad he's found. She's his shaboopy, 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 shaboopy.
The girl who's hard to get,
Shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy.
but you can't win her yet.
Walk her once just to raise the curtain. Walk around twice and we make the curtain. Once more from the flower part, she'll never get sore. You beg her pardon.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, si, do.
She's our once, but she isn't looking. If you get a squeeze back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for a pat for upper, she'll never get sore on her way to supper.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, si, do.
Now little Sarah was a no gal, as anyone can see. Look at her now, she's a go gal who only goes for me. Squeeze her once, but she isn't looking. If you get a squeeze back, that's fancy cooking. Once more for a pat for upper, she'll never get sore on her way to supper.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, si, do.
Shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy.
The girl who's hard to get,
Shaboopy, shaboopy, shaboopy.
but you can't win her yet. Shaboopy, shaboopy, the girl who's hard to get. Shaboopy, 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 but you can't win her yet. You can't win her yet. Shaboopy.
Get your hands off my daughter!
understand, Your Honor, me and your daughter are going to stand behind your back.
Why, you?
We'd rather be doing it in front of your back, but
Doing what? Never mind.
so you need to stare at you, but I'm not. You should be ashamed to have your daughter stare at you.
I'm gonna warn you once more. If I ever catch you touching my daughter, I'll bike on horseback you to the devil and have it again.
Now, George,
Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means Pete.
Yeah. Now get out of this public building.
I got as much right in a public building as anybody.
Right. How do you get any right around here? Aiding and abetting the swindling activities of spellbinding symbol salesman. You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out! Get out, you wild kid!
Papa, please! It's Kathy looks like you make blood in the marketplace. Gads!
You watch your phraseology. Now go on home, young lady. Eulalie,
Yeah, well, George, I was just...
send your dance.
My dance.
All handles Anita. Taking up wild kids from the wrong side of town.
Mayor Sheen, if I could just make you understand.
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that book of yours from cover to cover for a whole week now and didn't find a thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
I'll sell your hash as soon as I get these premises off my old squirrel.
All right, but in the meanwhile, I'd like to let you know that I am vouching for Tommy G.S. He has the confidence of every boy in this town, and you will be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken limbs they'll get from stepping on their beards. And another thing might find them feathered down. Never mind. Oliver, JC, Ewer, Owen. I want this man's references, and I want them tonight. Do not let him out of your sight. He's slipperier than Mississippi sturgeon.
Okay, so you're saying you want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers, or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a button hook in the well water.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Sheen has behaved abominably. I think it was wonderful of you for coming to Tommy's defense.
Oh, that was nothing.
Oh, yes, it was.
Oh no, a man can't back off for the subject every time a little bit of personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A brave man, only 500. But the mayor's pretty upset on account of his billiard parlor. Now this. I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority like yourself could help, but I could never ask you to do such a thing.
Why, Professor Hill?
You mean you would?
Of course. I just wish I was a little more informed. I was made to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
Oh, his cornet, mother of pearl keys.
Yes, I'm sure it's fine, but you see, he never touches it. The first week he made a few experimental blats,
Yes, blats.
Yes, and he sings the minuet in G, almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da.
I guess. But you see, he never touches his cornet.
Well, like...
He says that you said it wasn't necessary. He said something about a think system. That if he thunked the minuet in G, he'd have to worry with the notes. Now, Professor.
Miss Mary, the think system is a revolutionary new idea, I'll admit. But so is Galileo's conception of the heavens. And Columbus's conception of the globe. As well as Bach's conception of a well-tempered clavichord. Now, I cannot discuss these things here in public, so when may I call?
Why any night this week?
Pick a little chocolate, pick a little chocolate, chick, 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 chocolate, no chocolate, pick a little chocolate, pick a little chocolate.
You were so here tonight dancing the Shapiro Professor Hill. You danced like a fairy princess. You danced like a fairy princess. Beautifully on the floor. You had a golden shimmer in your hair and silver shoes for all to see. We know that you will soon have found a forgiving heart of pure gold. Here, where a woman's heart should be.
Fairy princess, beauty floor, golden shimmer, silver shoes, now unfold, heart of gold. Here's where a woman's heart should be. The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all.
Chaucer!
Rabelais!
Balzac!
Cheep, 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 cheep,
You've been deputized, sir.
You have? Well, congratulations. I've just renewed over the hotel. If you stay here, I'll be right
Oh,
back.
Greg will have to go with you.
Right, of course, I understand. Let me just see if I have my keys. What's this? It's a testimonial from Madame Renee, the first ever female bassoon player to ever appear on the Red Path Circus. Her stage name, of course. Her real name was Lyda Rose Quackenbush.
Let me see that.
Lyda Rose, a name you'll never forget. Same as the old song. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose,
To get the sun back in the sky. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lyda Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here's my love song, not fancy or fine. Lyda Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose.
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of a love as I can I love you, yes, I love you. Will I ever tell you? But only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, how sweet that we how long ago, forever, oh yes, forever. Will I ever tell you?
Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in my sky. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lyda Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lyda Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here's my love song, not fancy or fine. Lyda Rose, oh, won't you be my Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose, oh, Lyda Rose.
Will you ever stop arguing with yourself? I mean, are you ever going to tell him? When will you ever tell him? Yes, no, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let it come out.
Now, Mama.
Now, nothing. Now, next time you see Professor Hill, you get him alone, and if you don't have the gumption to tell him how you feel...
Tell him!
Oh, there is nothing wrong with a little ladylike hint.
Mama.
Oh. Mama, where have you been, Winthrop?
Fishing.
Fishing.
And look, I still have some work left. Who are you fishing with? With Harold. You and Professor Hill? Did you have a good time?
Trumpet.
He told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana, and he told me he'd take me there someday. He even told me his songs that hardly had any S's in it. Oh. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. That's the sounds I knew me when. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how what happened on this elegant syncopation. It what happened on this elegant syncopation. There is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happen on this elegant syncopation, I will say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, or Rome. But Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. I'll be right back. I have to go show Emma around with my life rock.
Oh, leave the dishes. I'll do them, Mama.
Oh, don't you have to get ready for the sociable?
Oh, there's time for that later.
Shins around here somewhere?
Shins live on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Criminy! I see you're the piano teacher in town. Do you by any chance know a spell by the name of Hill running a boys band over here?
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I only have 15 minutes. The number anyway makes a 15-minute water sum. I wish it was 20. But sure like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cow. Anvil salesman. But right now I'm out here to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity of the salesmen from the Fella Hill.
Mr. Cal, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake, my old lady's course I cover. That man's been the raspberry seed in my tooth for long enough. Say, what kind of a piano teacher are you anyhow? You don't see through him. That man's no more professor.
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director in the Scholastic.
Now wait a minute. Fine director? Tell me, Missy Miss, have you heard one note from any band?
Well, no, but...
But nothing, girly girl. That man's never formed a band in his life, and he never will. Now, 1 minute. I need to go and catch Mr. Shen at the depot.
You'll never make it to the depot in time. You'll have to catch at the crossing.
No, sir. I gotta leave word with Shen. I can see you ain't the one to leave it with.
Just a minute, Mr. Calla. You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
Well, I don't know you, and well,
I need more time anyhow.
as much as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
I've never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something, well, quite different.
He's a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have to live in the field, you know. But right now I've got to go. What am I doing?
You can leave word with me.
Not on your tintype. How do I know you deliver those letters?
Try me. There's your train, now run for it.
Now listen here, girly girl. I don't don't know who you think is fooling, but he's certainly not fooling me. That man has more women than there are counties in Illinois, and there are 105 counties in Illinois. That's not even including the little piano teachers like yourself he's slithers into taking a side. What? I'll be back for the both of you later.
Light a rose, I'm home again, rose without a sweetheart to my name. Light a rose now, everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here's my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh won't you please?
Marion, who was that you were just talking to? Oh, Professor Hill.
How do you do, Mrs. Peru? Top of the evening, Miss Marion.
Why don't you come and sit on the porch, you two, and I've got some jelly on the stove.
Mama, there's no jelly on the stove.
I'll put some on. Sit.
Shall we, sit, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
did I didn't mean anything.
Miss Marion, I'm not saying your invitation meant anything but academic enlightenment. The big system? You know, I've been around a couple times, but there always seem to be ladies around.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the other ladies.
Ah, good. Wouldn't want anybody beating me on my own time. Or not. Well, clearly tonight's an inconvenient night. I will see you later at the sociable.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100? Well, what I'm trying to say is it true you've developed a think system?
A think system, yes. It's as easy as whistling. No one has to teach you to whistle. You just think the notes and they come out. Now, just try this before asking more questions.
I take your word for it.
Could we sit down?
In my sense, it's all music teachers.
All music teachers.
I dare say you've met hundreds, even 1,000.
Well, I do tend
And then have they all been as fascinated with the think system as I've been?
Some more, some less. There's this one lady who came up with the same idea before I came around. She showed me a few of her pointers.
Oh, I see.
Did I say something to bother you?
Oh no, I wouldn't want to keep your time. I'm sure you have many more important things to do than explain the think system to me.
I couldn't think of a single one.
And I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
I'll say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors about traveling salesmen.
Well, you can't believe everything you hear. After all, some hear rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty.
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what anyone says, he left me a sure job so Mother Winthrop and I could have some security in life. Surely you didn't believe.
Of course not. Miss Marion, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, why would people start rumors like that anyways?
Never mind in this. Jealousy? Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Well, it's jealousy mostly that starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you. Personally, just generally.
Well, what have you heard? Generally.
Just that stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to, take for your instance, your attentions to customers and teachers. They might honestly be misinterpreted. Now mightn't they?
Why?
And to save another salesman to or be jealous, they could be just downright lies. Now couldn't they?
What could be?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course.
It just shows that you never believe everything you hear. And if you just discuss things.
Miss Marion, I would love to discuss anything in the world with you. But, could we do it sitting down? Your knees bend.
Yes, we could sit on the porch steps.
Or we could sit on a large hollow log over by the footbridge.
Oh, I could never! I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I'd have to get dressed for the sociable.
You'll meet me there in 15 minutes.
I don't think I can. Please Not today, maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, pile up enough tomorrows, and you will have nothing but a bunch of empty yesterdays. Now, I'd like to make tonight worth remembering, wouldn't you?
So would I.
Alright, so meet you at the footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? I just told Professor he'll let me in at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be and saints be praised! It works!
What does?
I have been using the think system on you from the parlor.
Mama!
Greg, the uniforms have arrived. The kids are already in them. The people will be screaming for music if they show up at the sociable.
Thanks, Mars.
Here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. He's trying to hold them together at least, pretending to hold a practice over the lumberyard.
Alright, can you get the rig ready?
I got it.
What time does the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
9:40. It's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, you want to turtle wordle around here and get yourself caught in the bunny trap, you go ahead.
Listen, I'll meet you at the hotel with plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
I thought you said 15 minutes.
Well, when I say late, I mean more like 26 years late. It took you all this time to meet him at the footbridge.
I'm going to be honest, it was almost longer than that.
Oh?
You see, halfway here I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it hard to think when I'm not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Surely you don't think I'm selling you anything.
Oh no! You've given me something. That's why I've decided to come here.
I don't recall giving you anything.
Oh, but you have. It's something beautiful. Oh, don't be afraid I expect much. I know traveling salesmen can't stay put. I know there have been many ports of call, and there'll be many more to come. But that doesn't mean I can't be grateful for what you've left behind for me.
I don't know what...
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. They were birds in the sky, but I never saw them winging. No, I never saw them at all till there was you. Then there was music, and there were wonderful roses. They told me and sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was a love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was
Greg!
If you excuse me, I'm expecting a telegram from Hector Fillmore.
Now what? Who's the salesman here? Looks like she's selling and you're buying.
Look, are you nuts? I don't know if I'm able to make it out of town tonight. I have to keep her off balance. I told you this.
Well, she's so off balance now you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Look, Buster Brown, I went up the ranks during this skirmish, and I'm not leaving without my commission.
But
You can't get anywhere from right up here in
Look,
Looper.
there's a place over by the social that makes here look like an old lady's home. Now go get the rake ready. Where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
You don't have to get into that now, do you?
Oh no, you don't ever have to get into that, Harold. You know, the librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did quite a bit when you first came to town.
Oh? About what?
You know, about Gary, Indiana Conservatory, gold medal class of Bot 5. There was no gold medal class of Bot 5.
Well, of course there was a Gary.
Because the town wasn't even built till 06. I'll see you at the social ball.
You knew this whole time?
I knew since July 7th, 3 days after you came here. I tore this out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally meant to be used against you, but now I give it to you with all my heart.
If you knew this, why didn't you... Well, 110 cornets right behind. And I modestly took my place as the one and only face. And I moved up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
While 110 cornets blazed away.
Our star is shining its brightest light.
There were horns of every shape and sweet dreams be yours, dearest dreams there be.
Well, 110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may and I wish I could. So good night, my someone good.
Greg, this guy's going all over town spilling everything. He's crazy.
All say I'm crazy. Missed my train. Probably lost my job. But I got you now, Hill. I got you right where I want you. You know, you'd already be in the clink of it up in for that little piano teacher. She literally gagged me around till I couldn't get the shit. That little dried up man on
Right, get out of here before I kill you, you dirty mouth little...
You bully! You big blow up! Why? I'll get the run of this town and you'll get yours up, down, through, and sideways! Why? You never even knew the territory!
Here's your stuff, Greg. The rig's in the alley. Come on, hurry up.
One Grecian urn. Two Grecian urns. And a fountain.
Listen to this man. You gullible greengrass goats! Can't you get it through your eye teeth that you're being swindled out of your minds right now? This very minute! I'm talking about Harold Hill! Highwayman! Road agent! Pickpocket! That's right! He's had his hand in your pocket, mister! And yours, madam! And even yours, little lady! He's had his hands in all your pockets! And if we don't catch him right now, there never... Because if we don't catch him right now, there will never be any band! And there never was any band in the first place! He's been tricking all of you! And if we don't catch him right now, he'll be on the next train out of town! Now will you believe me? What do you want to do?
Yeah, what are we gonna do about it?
I want my money back.
I'm on his high! Let's get him! Bring him back to the schoolhouse! After him!
Harold Hill, he's got a red beard, right?
Winthrop! Winthrop!
Marion, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
I've been looking for Winthrop. Have you seen him? Oh, Harold, please go. They're talking about tar and feathers.
I had to see you.
You owe me a word, not a word. Don't you know that? Winthrop!
I got you there. I got you, son.
I'm not your son. Leave go me.
Not until I tell you a couple things.
I won't listen to you and tell the truth anyway.
What to?
Would not.
What to? Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a dirty rotten liar?
Yes.
Are you a big thief?
Yes.
Leave go me.
Listen, I'm bigger than you and you're gonna get all of it, so you might as well quit wiggling. There are two things you're entitled to know. First off, you're a great kid. I thought so from the start. That's why I wanted you in the band, so you quit moping around and feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band.
And what is the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, actually, now that I think about it, that's none of your business.
Why would you never come to River City?
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he's ever said.
But he promised us.
I know what he promised us. It all came true. Colors, the lights, the symbols, all of it.
Where was all that?
The way every kid acted all summer long. Especially you. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish she never came to River City?
You do, don't you?
No. No, go, Harold, please.
I can't.
Why not?
Because for the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you. Greg, they're here! They're here! That way! That way!
Which is why I interrupted the program at this point. Rest assured, this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended at this time. Yes, and always remember, fellow river citizens, that I can only remind you that I did everything within my power to prevent this dire happening from happening. 4
Get done here, money back.
Yeah, Professor cut you over $300 in band uniforms.
And I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, you slippery, I told you.
I haven't seen any uniforms for my son since after supper.
Maybe he's a kidnapper, too.
4 years ago, our fathers. Just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I've heard, who are melting tar and gathering feathers, I will not say them nay.
Well, I should think that some of you ought to forget your everlasting, Iowa stubborn, chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember what it was like before Harold Hill arrived in River City. Do you remember? Well, don't you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful for what he's given us here in River City. And if so, I should think that some of you would want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there is anyone in this hall who does not want to see this man Hill tarred and feathered, let him stand up. Eulalie, sit down. As for the rest of you, stand there like a coat of shot-sure sheep. Have you people forgotten how you purchase expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Have you forgotten a clear understanding and warranty that your children be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
All right.